What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again, and welcome back to Arca Scans, where we go over this week's potential movers directly from my scanner. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called Arca Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. So, real quick, congratulations to those who actually took on the trades for NVOS, PHIO, MHH, and WINT. You guys, all of those tickers actually met the upside targets. Very, very, very accurate, very accurate times here. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for your support. So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here with EYPT on the 5-day chart. Okay, you guys. So first of all, I want to go ahead and point out that we are building, or actually in the process of breaking out from this broadening descending wedge. So we have test number 1, test number 2, 3, and this is the true breakout, test number 4, right? So we want to make sure that we can at least accomplish, or I'm sorry, consistently accomplish 3 settles of the resistance before we can actually make that breakout to the top side. As you all may know, per the playbook rules, right, this formation can actually be traded on the macro scale too, right? So the price objective for this formation would be about $18.98, and we're sitting at about $7.90 right now. Okay, you guys. So it looks like we've also come back to validate this newly converted what was a resistance into now a support right before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, so that's already looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and now take a look at something else. Okay, so this is going to be the 5-day Gaussian channel, and as you can see here, let me just go ahead and zoom in that we may actually get the chance to close upside of the mean band from the Gaussian channel. We are currently sitting at that 790 with 17 hours and 56 minutes to close this 5-day iteration. Okay, you guys, and that's very important. I'll tell you why. Please notice that historically speaking, anytime that we have, similar to this, right? We actually fell way beneath the Gaussian band and finally recovered it and came back to test that area here, right? We're coming back to test it. Please notice here, similar situation. We failed it. We actually came right up to that Gaussian channel, right? We actually broke upside of it, validated, and made a very nice move to the upside. If you are curious as to what that upside move can look like, right? Let's just go ahead and take it from this candle low here to the top side over there, and let's see what that led to. Okay, that was above 65%. So this is 66.38% move to the upside based on the conditions of validating the mean band as a support. Okay, you guys, so another iteration here. So we actually failed it. We came back up, we tested it, and then moved to the upside. Yet again, another parabolic move to the upside. So let's just go ahead and take it from this wick low here to that top side. And please notice that that was a 168% move to the upside after we closed that, right? So even in the smaller iterations here, you can see that the moves have actually made a pretty nice upside, right? So in this iteration here, you can see that we made it about 36% move to the upside. This one right over here ended up making, let's see, smaller move of about 17% to the upside, and several other times, guys, of which we've made some pretty parabolic moves to the upside. So it is very important that we do get a bullish cross above the mean band here, and it looks like we're about to get that opportunity once again, right? So let's just go ahead and notice here on the 5-day on the 5-day chart that we have an absolute increasing bullish pressure here from the MACD. Absolutely have the moving average pivoted straight to the upside. MACD average pivoted to the upside. We have stochastics in the bullish control zone here. We have maxed volatility. We can still actually expand just a little bit more. Right now, the bulls are currently in trend, right? So the bulls are sitting at 44% with ADX sitting at a massive 28%. Anytime that the ADX, represented by this white dotted line, moves upside of the 25 percentile, that usually indicates a pretty strong trend to whoever is leading, right? So in this case, the bulls are above the bears. The bulls are leading, right? So another thing to kind of notice here is that this blue histogram in the back of the moving average line, this is called the SMI and MFI indicator. This is stochastic momentum versus money flow index, right? So in this case, you can see that we are definitely getting money flow in the asset, okay, straight from the 5-day chart. So let's just go ahead and take a look at a couple other signals that are leading towards that upside. So let's just take a look at the 8-hour chart, and please notice right now that coming right out of this bullish formation, the broadening descending wedge, we are also in the process of breaking out from from a falling wedge. Okay, so this is in fact looking pretty good. Okay, so I think it was on the 8. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sorry, you guys. So yeah, it looks like it could have been on the 12-hour here, you guys. So we definitely have that upside and breakout, right? So now what we want to do is potentially see if there could be an opportunity for us to. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't understand why the 8-hour wasn't showing correctly before, but this is in fact it right here, right? So we are, I'd say, at about 60% to the apex of the triangle, which is, I would say, 65 to 70% would be the usual breakout point from these triangles, right? But it's still okay for us to break out from that area, right? So in this case, we haven't actually, and we don't have to, but we haven't actually came back to validate our newly converted resistance into a support before continuing on to the upside. We don't have to do that, but it is often that upon breaking a resistance level, we do tend to come back and validate it as a valid support before a continuation onto the upside, right? So let's go ahead and jump into our immediate short-term timeframes, just like we always do, and see what our momentum is saying in that case, right? So first of all, we want to notice right here that it definitely faced an earnings beat, right? So it had a 1.38% surprise, right? So, and right here from the earnings for revenue, right? But from the earnings, it had a 17.65% surprise. So very, very good coming out of the ticker symbol EYPT. Okay, you guys. So now, let's go ahead and focus on in the immediate short-term time frame signals right over here. Okay, you guys. So the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is in a sense indicating a potential retracement, right? So very, very short-term time frame retracement. So let's just go ahead and kind of reverse a little bit and still see maybe a shorter time frame. So this is the 15-minute time frame facing resistance from the 14-day simple moving average represented by that pink line of the RSI, right? So this could be indicative of a potential retracement before a continuation to the upside, okay? So let's go ahead and see on the hourly and the bi-hourly what we have, right? So actually, man, this is, I mean, everything is kind of pointed to the upside still. Bullish control zone here on that stochastic, increasing volatility to potentially max expansion here. We still have some strength, even still on the MACD, and absolute bullish control over here with a massive 31% ADX, and the DMI bulls are actually at about 39%. So and money flow coming in, right? So the retracement based on these metrics could be very, very, I would say short-lived, right? So in this case, I can already kind of see an area that we can look at, right, from the hourly, and it would be in conjunction with the space between the EMA 7 and this top side right over here, right? So 776, let's draw it in. So just like this, right? I would say 775, right, to about the EMA 7 located at about 761. Okay, we're currently sitting at about 790. All right, so that could be an area for us to kind of look out for. It wouldn't be out of the question if we actually came back down to the SMA 10 either at 735. So we'll just go ahead and note it there as well. And kind of keep that in mind as we move on. Let's look at the 4-hour now. All right, so yeah, guys, the short-term time frame downside is very, very limited, and it's clearly visible starting from the bi-hourly, actually. So bi-hourly, the leading indicator here, the 3-day exponential moving average from the stochastic's momentum is already suggesting an upside continuation, increasing volatility. Please notice the MACD with increasing bull pressure. And also take a look at the DMI support we have right now, you guys. So we're getting very close to complete market trend or strong market trend for the bulls, and money flow index showing that we are actually getting some disbursement of returns incoming in particular, so to this time frame too. Okay, so and you know what, I don't think we actually have the liquidity to drop so exponentially low, but what I was going to say is that if we do, then we have two areas to look out for here, and this may very well be I actually, you know what? I can't even say that, you guys. I'm just going to draw it in here just in case, right? In case there are any bulls that do want to play like way overly conservative here. The space between 661 and 673. I mean, we're at 790, guys. That's a very, very big drop. I'm not sure that we can actually make that drop and then validate the support before a continuation to the upside, right? So we'll just leave it in there just in case. This could actually be a very nice stop zone as a stop loss, right? And then we'll actually see, right? So let's see the let's see the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, increasing pressure here with that EMA 3 volatility, definitely moving upside of the moving average here, and we're getting a bullish cross from the MACD right here in the 4-hour, you guys. So this, the downside is very, very limited, and this is likely to continue on to the upside almost immediately. Okay, you guys, 8-hour time frame Stokes looking very good to the upside, increasing volatility on the BBWP. We're actually making an upside cross here, about to make that cross on the MACD 8-hour. RSI sitting well above the 14-day simple moving average with an upside pivot. Guys, it's looking very good. 12-hour time frame, similar situation here, you guys. Upside pivots on that stochastic momentum oscillator. We're starting to contract now, you guys. This is a release. This is the release of pressure that we're talking about, right? Very likely for this RSI to cross upside of the 14-day simple moving average, since all of the shorter time frames would essentially be the influence the influence for the continuation to the upside on the upper time frames, right? So let's just go ahead and look at an upside target from this point. Okay, you guys. So this one's looking pretty nice, you guys. So I mean, the other one too, CRBP, that we just pulled up, that one's looking a-okay as well, right? So let's just go ahead and take a fib from the swing high to the swing low of the current day's range, right? So it would be this right over here. So let's just go ahead and take that into account, just like this here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what we have as a potential upside target. Okay, so the most obvious target, of course, you guys, would be located at about the top side of this wick here, which would be 1040. Notice that we have the 2-spot 618 at 1048. Okay, you guys, so that's already a range for us to kind of take into account, right? Just like this. And also, let's just go ahead and see if we have, right. Let me just drop that a little bit, right? 1048. Right around there, right? So now let's go ahead and see if we have any moving averages kind of in the way of. Absolutely not. We actually, on the 12-hour, every moving average is a support line now. So, so very, very good. Okay, you guys. Now remember we are writing this. We are writing this wedge, right? So let's just go ahead and take into account the price objective, from the playbook rules, right? So upon the breakout, we can actually see a topside target of about, particular to the trading rules of this thing. And we're trading on the 8-hour. Sorry, let's go ahead and just adjust that target just a little bit, right? So we'll bring it down all the way to the supposed area of the bottom side of the triangle, right? Just like this. So now let's go ahead and take this trend line and apply it to that area of breakout and see where that would be taking us. Okay, so very curious that it would be taking us near the 2-spot 618 already, right? So at 1006. So we're just going to go ahead and modify our resistance zone just like this. Okay, so this is now the more likely area that we can reach, right? So there are a couple more ways to look at this too, right? So it would be since we don't have the center of the triangle, because we are breaking out at a very, well, not very, very, but, we're breaking out from a premature zone on the 12-hour. Let's just go ahead and take into account the breakout zone trend line. So something like this, and then we'll apply it to right over here, right? And that's taking us to near the 1-spot 272, and that could be our second zone or our first area of take profit, right? So we'll just go ahead and mark it down something like this right over here, right, you guys? So yeah, sorry that I'm being a little messy. It's just I cleaned this up later for the members on the Discord, right? So yeah, these would be the zones to kind of look out for here. Okay, you guys. So another very curious thing here is we can also keep this in mind, right? So this wick high is actually very confluent with the 906 1-spot 618. So we'll go ahead and draw a straight line right across that 1-spot 618 so that we can make sure to keep that as 1, 2, 3 areas of potential profit targets, right? So now, you guys, I think that we already have all the things in line, right? We have the potential loading zones located here, here, and here, right? So the three areas to kind of look out for. Not sure that we can reach all the way down here, you guys, but my preference would actually be around this one here, 736, potentially, right, for a pretty nice move to the upside. If you are curious, actually, from this target here, the first area that we're talking about is about a 14.3% move to the upside. If we take it right to the one spot 272, then that would be about a 16.5% target. The next one would be the one spot 618 that we spoke of, with a 23% move to the upside. And the third target would actually lead to the bottom side of about 36.73% to the two spot 618 at about 42.45%. Okay, you guys, please remember to practice risk management. Do not listen, guys. Tomorrow is Apple earnings. We have a lot that can move the markets very violently. I would really suggest for the beginner traders to stay away and make sure to kind of leave these grounds only for the professional traders leading into tomorrow. Okay, you guys. So please be very careful. All right. And first and foremost, remember that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. Okay, you guys. But with that said, I wish you well a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.